So I wasn't planning on making anything today, and then I get hit up by one of my friends and was like, "Hey, did you know that there was a new artillery in the game that can barrage fire 4 shots every time you pull the trigger?" And I was like, "No, I did not." I looked it up, and for fuck's sake, there is one in the game now. And I was like, "Damn, I really like playing tanks that piss people off. I don't like artillery, but I am willing to accept making an exception for this thing." I wasn't going to buy it, but I had the gold saved up over time because whatever reason, and I knew one day that there would be a reason why I saved it all up. So I was like, I'll buy it, see how it is, because I know that a lot of you would want to see how this is and see whether it's broken or just a gimmick or what. But so this is a tank that brings two firsts into the game completely. Because it gets 2 guns, so this is the only premium tank in the game that has a package or different guns or whatever. Because this package is the regular single shot, 2.5 rounds a minute, 155 that can hit for 1250 alpha, 88 pin, and then 90 on the premium, 0.68 accuracy, and 6-second aiming time. Now, if you've played the regular M53 and 55, you'll know that this is relatively close to the actual gun that's on it. And I'll go look at that really quick. So if you've played the Tier 9 stock, you're going to see that this is relatively the same gun. It shoots faster, 2.5 compared to 2.33, but it's got the same stats other than that. So, uh, with the other gun though, it has 9.14 rounds a minute, 6-second aim time, 0.85 accuracy, and this is where they balance this thing because 145 pin, 380 alpha, 185 pin on the premium, 320 alpha on the premium. So this tank doesn't really have the splash radius or the if you don't pin, you still splash for some amount of damage, which is true. You still do that with this gun, but not as much. With the regular 155, I can hit someone for maybe 400, 500 if I don't pin, depending on what it is. With this gun, not so much. I have shot the front end of a Conquer and done no damage whatsoever, and if I did do any damage, it was below 100, which seems to be the case with most tanks that you fight, depending on how heavily armored they are. Yes, if you hit an engine deck, yes, if you hit a light armored vehicle, it's going to feel it because if you hit all 4 of the shots, you're going to do around 1520 by the time all 4 are done. And you're going to be damaging components, you're going to be killing crew members, you're going to be lighting shit on fire. So, this is a very interesting tank. And if you want to read the description of it, it's right there. It has a 10% XP earn bonus and a 50% silver bonus, which is pretty standard for most tier 8 premium tanks. And I just have to say, like, I thought it was going to be broken, but the gameplay I'm going to show you is probably the best game that I had in out of 12 games, and I don't know exactly how I feel about it. I guess I'll just have to keep playing it more and getting used to it, and trying out both guns. Obviously, if I try out the other gun, it's going to be more similar to playing artillery you already have in the game, but with this barrage gun, I want to give it a chance because it seems right now that it's just more annoying than anything. It's annoying for the person playing it, and it's annoying for the person fighting against it because you can shoot and miss all fucking 4 shots, or you can shoot and hit all 4 and not pin and do maybe 300 or less, depending on what you're shooting. And with the other gun, I mean, it's just a regular artillery tank. So we're gonna get right over into the game. This is gonna be, like I said, super quick review of this thing and hopefully explain a little bit of this thing isn't completely broken if you haven't fought against it yet or you're not playing because it got added into the game. But we'll get right over into that. So I see you guys in a second. Alright, guys, here's the game I had on Airfield. It's not the most highest damage game that I could have gotten in this, but it was the best one that I had when I was recording. It probably does the best representation of how the gun could be, not how it always is, but it gives you a pretty accurate representation of what your games could look like. Most of the games that I had averaged around 1,000, 2,000. This one was closer to 3,000, and I consider this one of the more lucky games in this. Out of my experience of like the 12 games that I did play, I only got into a few games that weren't tier 8 and 7 only. I ended up in one that had, or two that ended up with tier 9s, and then one that ended up with mostly tier 6s, which was weird, and it was on Himmelsdorf, and I really didn't really do a whole lot. But so the reload I have on it with the crew that I have and stuff is 23.01 seconds, which is arguably really fast for a tank that has this kind of um, gun, being the burst fire, barrage fire, and everything like that. So overall, I don't think personally that this tank is broken or overpowered. It's just annoying. That's all it is. It's just really annoying because you're going to see me really fuck up a paladin here in a second. And then you're going to see me for the rest of the game struggle to do the exact same thing I've done to that paladin. And I got lucky because I hit him broadside, and he's not the most heavily armored tank, and 145 pin was enough to get through his side. So you're going to see it right here. Aim all the way in, and first shot, second shot, third, and fourth. One hit, two hit, three hit, and lit him on fire. So he puts it out when he's one shot for literally anything that's in this game right now. Um, and I'm thinking about hitting him again, but I decided no, I'm gonna go hit the artillery. So here's something else you can do in this tank, which is interesting. This dude's backing up, and you're not locked into shooting in the same spot. Obviously, if you time it right, you can track somebody and hit all four of the shots pretty close to where you were aiming. I don't kill him. Splash damage on this thing is not it, Chief, and it is hardly anything with the standard rounds, and I hit him for like 68. He's not heavily armored whatsoever, but if that had been any other vehicle, like a heavy tank, I wouldn't have done anything, and if I did, it had maybe tracked him. But I'm going to try to hit this charioteer, and as you can see, I am missing fucking everything. So that is one good thing this tank can do. If you need to get somebody out of a cap circle and you don't know quite where they are, you can hit a lot of areas inside of the cap circle and possibly track them, splash them for a little bit, because all you need to do is do a little bit of damage, track them, whatever, and you reset the timer on a cap circle, so that's something you can do. And this tank seems to back people up if they've never ran into it before, because no one wants to get shot 4 times. Like, I wouldn't want to get shot 4 times by this thing unless I had enough like health to do so, or the armor to know that I would be able to like negate most of the damage that it would do to me. So this charioteer right here, I'm aiming in on him. 400. That I could one shot him, or I could miss every single shot. So he's aimed in, and I start shooting. One shot hits him. The other three miss completely, and I found out at the end of this game that I damaged his gun and killed his gunner. So he's not having a good game right now. Our equalizer kills their equalizer, and I'm going to help my guy out who's in the middle right now, and there's a Tiger 1-3 run above him. So this Tiger 131, 145 pin, I can get through his side. He's sitting broadside and doesn't really think that I'm aiming at him, I assume, but one gets into him, and I do about 400, light his ass on fire, and the other ones miss. And as you can see, no splash damage really anywhere right there. I just hit one and done that amount of damage, and he decided to back up and not get shot again. Probably a wise decision because I was going to do that. So he doesn't pull up for a little bit and kind of hangs out right there. I'm not going to be able to hit him for where he's sitting, and you're better off running through a field full of lines with a stake stapled on your ass than try to hit a shot like that or splash damage somebody in this thing unless they are literally made out of wax paper. So with the other gun, it might be more beneficial for me to try to do something like that, but with this gun, it is definitely not. This charioteer is on 5 health, and I decide I am just going to send it and try to hit him. So I'm firing and shooting all over the fucking place, and not a single damn one, except probably the last one would have done anything. And this tiger is rolling into its impending death because there's an Iron Rain who is fully loaded right there, unloading into him, and the Centurion kills him. There's 4 tanks left, 3 of which are playing together, which would be this Tiger 131, that other Tiger that rolled into that Iron Rain, which is dead now, but the Minuteman and the T20. So I killed the Tiger 131, so shot in the side, and the Minuteman is sitting up here. So our artilleries are shooting at him right now. and somebody hit him for like 81. I'm not sure who did that. The Equalizer is definitely shooting at him right now and did barely any damage. That's what I'm saying. The Minuteman had spaced armor and is not really doing anything. I shoot at him and completely fucking miss every shot except tracking him twice. But he fixes it and moves. So I thought that he was going to stay on this corner, and he didn't. Thought about shooting at the T20, but I didn't think that I'd be able to hit it, and I really wanted to shoot the ass end of this Minuteman to get some more damage in, because this would be a pretty good engine shot, especially on an American Heavy with very light armor over the engine deck. So, and he moved all the way down here, and I'm gonna try to hit him and watch how bad this is. I hit him for a whole fucking 40. So do what you want with that information right there, but I do not think this tank is that overpowered. So here comes their FV305 to try to light tank me, and I'm getting ready to reload. I can ram him, or I can just shotgun the fuck out of him 4 times over, and he's dead. So that was honestly the coolest and funniest thing that happened while playing this tank, and I'm not gonna lie, that made my night when that happened, because I honestly thought that I was gonna die. But the Minuteman's left, and I'm going to try to get some shots in on him from where I'm sitting, but the gun arc does not allow me to really do that. So he's sitting in a pretty hard spot to hit. We have 3 artillery, 2 tank destroyers, and one of the tank destroyers is getting ready to die. I'm going to try to shoot at him really quick when he pulls back up. And I have a very small window of opportunity to hit him. 1 misses, 2 misses, 3, and that's it. I only do 98. Number 4, I don't know where the hell it went, but obviously nowhere near that tank. So I said, fuck it. I'm just going to go after him. I mean, there's 3 artillery and a Borsig. One of us is going to damage him and kill him. So he was probably thinking that he was going to win, but we have a Lorraine who cares about nothing, and 2 equalizers who just want to play with their new toy. So we are going to kill this motherfucker. And, you know, the Minuteman could actually killed all of us. The only thing I'd be worried about would be the Borsig, because me and the equalizer, or me and the other equalizer, probably would have just splash damage or totally fucking missed and did nothing to him. But this game is over, and we're going to see how much I did. I had some bonuses going on. I did around 97,000 silver and about 3,000 damage, 2,805. So anyways, guys, I'm going to go over and you can see, but so as you can see, I didn't do an insane amount of damage, but I did pretty well. So if you want me to do more about this tank, or you want to see anything in particular, let me know, but I figured should probably talk a little bit more about this tank before everybody judges that it's going to be completely broken and overpowered, because it's fun. It's just really annoying. But anyways, guys, I will see y'all later.